This week on Sportsman TV, only in Dularge. Come on, go with us. I believe this is old trout almondine. It's him. I'm gonna catch these.
With your trout pipe?
Not with mine. I think it's doing something with yours.
Most of the customers.
Mine seems to be fine.
Nope. It won't make it. It's a little white trout. Tell you what, some of them white trout will hit it harder than a big speck.
We trout wrangling this morning with Captain Marty. We just got all kinds of stuff in store for today. But yeah, we started out here early. We're just throwing at birds, you know, hard to run by. You know, we were coming to the lake and birds diving everywhere, and that typically means something's going on. And we've caught a couple already, but the birds kind of moved over, so we're following the birds. It's amazing. You don't really even see anything on the surface, like far as surface activity, but those birds can see that bait. And this water's not gin clear either. It amazes me that those birds know, you know, where that's going on under the surface. Well, there'll be plenty seed for next year.
Oh yeah, there's been a lot of small trout. So the majority of the fish yesterday all kept. This morning, catching a few smaller ones than yesterday. Hitting all close to the boat.
Thought he might be a little.
You'll make it.
He got it good, deep. You gotta be careful though, he bite you. I got some scars on these hands from trout and these corks. I forgot my gloves this morning. Yeah, brown shrimp.
Come on. We just gotta throw them in this basket.
Okay.
Out later.
Count later, that's what I'm talking about. When the basket's full and they start running over the top, that's when Captain Marty said we're gonna stop.
Oh, I'm not sure. I might have a bull red.
That's all right. Now, Captain, are you 100% sure that's a bull red?
I am 100% sure. Come on. Let's see if we can get them. Come on. There we go. Woo! Big old red.
While you back there jacking around, I'm gonna try to get this basket filled up.
Keep on getting them. He'll make the team. Birds have been working out here on some shrimp. It's been early morning, real early, first 30, 45 minutes. The birds will work and then they've been disappearing, but the fish have been staying. If you wait about 5 minutes, the fish, they just kind of seem to stay in the area and you can keep catching.
Now, Marty, is that something that you find a lot that they're mixed? You catch, is that pretty common to catch the whites with the speckled trout most of the year, or?
Not all year. Usually fall and spring we catch a lot of white trout, but Usually once we get into the winter pattern, it's strictly specks.
Paying attention. Trick or. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a nice
Got
one.
him. Trick or treat.
Trick or treat. These, like, eating size are the ones. They're everywhere. They're everywhere.
They're all around. Little whiting.
Now, Captain Marty's kind of prejudiced, but there's no link limit on the white trout, and that right there makes a fine, fine trout potato chip. I guess the technical term would be trout chip, not no potato. Now, it's good with potatoes, you know, or potato. It could be potato.
They're very good if you eat them fresh. Like we'll fry fish on the dock. So
Like today, you know?
Sometimes. I mean, we'll keep 15, 20 white trout and fry them
Don't
fresh.
talk that big game and not back it up, man.
And talk about, man, they good. They good out of the water in the grease. Fantastic.
Ooh, that sounds like something I would like.
So it's not a good fish to keep if you're not going to eat them fresh. This one's got potential. He might make it.
Uh-oh. You got one with some girth.
I think we got.
That's him.
We got a keeper right there. There's oyster reefs. There's oysters all around us. And they're attracted to these oyster reefs and shrimp. These fish right now are following the shrimp. Wherever the shrimp are is where the fish are. And it's just kind of, historically, they kind of tend to migrate to this area this time of year. They're always up in the lake right in this area over these reefs.
That's going to be a good one there, Jared. Ain't no doubt. Now oh yeah.
That's a good one, huh?
Yes, a good one. I mean a big son gun. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
Oh, I missed him. Or did I?
Yes, it is.
Oh, though. I don't know. And he makes it.
I just had to keep, I think this is gonna be a keeper. Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Nice one. Here,
A nice one.
let me get that one for you. You don't
What
have
I'm talking about.
You have to dirty your hands.
Captain likes to put his hands on them big ones.
That's a nice one.
I'm a beast. I probably won't even fit in my clothes after all this winding. Reeling in all these trout, probably just start busting out of my clothing.
Oh, yeah. See, if they could just all be like that, then we wouldn't have to weed through the little ones. We'd just keep the good ones. Oh.
Uh-oh. There for a second, I was like,
a good one?
Something happened. I mean a nice one. Is this a keeper?
I think he was, I think he's gonna make it.
Oh yeah. I can tell when I put my hand in the middle, if I got that much on both sides of it, it's a 12-inch one.
Another good one.
Oh yeah.
Two good ones there. Man, I just don't think it could get any better. What you think?
That's perfect. Just the way I like it. I really like to start my morning off fishing every time, catching them every cast. But the big thing is, like, carrying somebody who doesn't fish a lot, the advantage that mono has over braid is it's a lot more user-friendly. Somebody needs to be used to fishing and getting knots untangled and that fish with braid. You know, braid has a lot of advantages, but it also has disadvantages. I don't recommend anybody who's just starting fishing, you know, to use braid, because mono's it's a lot softer than say fluorocarbon, and it's just a lot more user-friendly, and it's cheap. You know, a 3,000 yard spool of monofilament, you know, costs you $20.
Good one.
A 150 yard spool of braid costs you $20. You know, so, and as you can see, it's working. You know, it's taken me a little bit to get used to it, but I mean, it works.
I mean, yesterday, what time is it right now?
I don't know.
They had already shut down yesterday at this time. I don't know what made them shut down so quick. But today, they have not shut down. This is what I was hoping for, you know?
Trout.
Have a trout.
Can't get away from these stinking things.
We caught one the other day.
Isn't that something?
Mm-hmm.
How about that? Now that might be, I don't think I've ever caught many on a piece of dead shrimp.
You don't catch many, but
I mean, that's pretty rare. I mean, you don't, I mean, I'm sheepshead hunting, but I'm doing what I can.
that's a better fish. It's either gonna be a drum, a red, or a sheephead.
We love variety, or maybe it's just a big old catfish. Big old blue cat. It's a drum.
That's a drum.
A drum. He's got the right color. Ooh, isn't that a pretty thing? That's a fish right there that only a mother could love. The little puppy drum. They're so nice. They're so nice this time of the year. Hello. Hello, everybody out there in Sportsman TV world. Come join me with Captain Marty. We have lots of fun here. And do large. Now, Marty, I see them bass fishermen on TV. They like to kiss their fish. Would you like to kiss this one?
Yeah. I'm a pass. Some days I kiss them, some days I don't.
We're gonna release him because the bigger they get, the funner they are.
Oh, the
elusive bay snapper. I got one. This is what we came here for. This is something that Captain Marty does. You know, we got really nice weather today, but this is something that he does, you know, when the weather's really bad and he can't get out. And this area has a lot of sheepshead in it, which honestly, probably as fine eating as a redfish. You know, I mean, that's a fine eating fish. You know, a lot of people don't like them because they're a little more trouble to clean because of their rib cage, but pretty fit.
You gotta be careful.
Got me, boy. You gotta be careful though, they deadly. I saw him, I just dropped him right before he went for the juke. I didn't know them bay snapper could jump like that. Nice one. And you can grill, bake, fry, just however you like it. It's just a good clean fish for any way you like to cook it.
Yep.
They make a cool skull mount too. With them teeth.
Hey.
Now I've seen people lose the ends of their pinkies.
Basically, a 1/4 ounce jig head with the shrimp on the bottom. Just throw it out, just let it sit there. Usually you'll feel them tap on it, and then I basically just wait for them to swim away with it and set the hook.
They like hard structure to get on.
Right.
Like typically you find them on hard,
Pilings, oyster shells and pilings. They eat all the barnacles off the pilings, off the legs, the oyster shells. It just attracts them.
I mean, Captain's brought us to a honey hole. Honey hole. And they're just the right size too. Now, how big do they get? Like, what's a big one? What would be, I know this is like an average size.
That's about average. I mean, the biggest ones I've ever seen, 5-6 pounds.
That's big, isn't it? Yeah, nice.
They're pretty big.
When I'm sitting there holding it, it's like toot. So I've been just throwing it in there and just letting it lay flat and letting the slack drift.
Yeah.
I see it hit the bottom. It's like, I guess when they pick it up, there's no tension and they just immediately, so it worked a couple times, but that last time and see, it looks like I'm dropping that by that piling, but that current is sweeping it on out there. It's hitting the bottom actually out in front of the, and I'm just leaving a bow in my line. And now I won't get a bite. Well, basically what I'm doing, I'm just trying something different. I was getting a lot of bites when I'm holding it tight and I couldn't stick it. So I see how you can see the braid. You know, this braid's faded a little and you can see it on the water and then it hit the bottom, it stops. And then I'm just leaving that slack line in there and almost like having a cork. And that way they can't feel me when they're, see, one got it. See the slack going? And I'm just watching the slack. I figured out what the deal is when you're holding tension. When you're holding tension on it, they have a tendency to want to just peck at it. And when I'm leaving it there slack, I know what they do. They pick it up. They don't feel anything, you know, and they're eating it. They're not easy to catch. You know, I mean, they're biting good, but they're just, and then they got that set of fangs that they, I mean, they basically, I mean, they call them a sheep's head, but if I'd have named them, I would have called them the goatfish.
That's a sheephead, I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's a sheephead.
Nice sheephead.
Fresh shrimp on the bottom. That's a bay snapper's favorite food. Oh, look at them teeth. They love it. It's simple. Quarter ounce jig head, shrimp on the bottom. So let it sit till they swim away with it. Days that the trout aren't biting good or bad weather conditions, you can't beat it. That's what we did Saturday. 30-mile-an-hour wind, front coming through, tucked into some protected areas. Caught fish almost every cast. Customers loved it. Ooh, another nice sheephead. This one's a little bigger. You always got to watch your hands, because those fins will get you, and you never want to put your fingers in their mouth, because those teeth would not feel good if they get your hand. Sometimes you got to do a little dental surgery to get that hook out.
Doubling up.
Oh, doubled up. Another one.
I know what's fixing to happen over the next couple weeks. Be lots of fish eating at my house.
It's gonna be.
Oh, I didn't know.
Ooh, be careful. That's
Yeah, they
dangerous.
so bad to come off. And then it's like a freaking throwing star when you swing one over in the boat. Somebody's fixing to get cut. Sheep's head fishing is a combat style fishing, is basically what it is. Beefed up tackle, and you need a bulletproof vest when they come over with all of that.
What's it gonna be? Ooh, what you think it's gonna be, huh? Look at that.
What else would it be? Well, it could be a flounder, could be a redfish, could be a drum.
Exactly. It's a fairly good size, you know. We really, if you notice, we haven't caught any real small ones today. What's it gonna be? He's got that shake of a, oh, it's a flounder.
How about that?
Nice,
a big old flounder.
Nice flounder. Let's net this one.
How about this? Now he even picked the net up on the sheep's head.
See if we can, ooh,
How about that?
Is a nice flounder.
That's a nice one. You know, now that's another fish that can be tricky to clean for someone who doesn't know how.
That
The old
gonna
flatfish.
taste good. So you never know what you're gonna get. Could be redfish, drum, sheephead, flounder, variety.